Well, what do we have here? Yes, folks, traded in the Triumph Speed Twin and got the 2023 Kawasaki KLX300sm Sumo Supermoto. Yes, folks, it's a pretty good bike, I must say so myself. It's my first supermoto. You may be asking, well, why did you go all the way down to 300 from a 1200? Frankly, because I wanted to, basically. But I've been thinking about I've been looking into supermotos because, dang it, they're fun. So that's the reason why I got it. It's because they're fun. It reminds me good old Dinky Key. It reminds me of the very first bike I started learning on, which was the Honda CB300R. That was obviously a 300cc, and I had fun on that bike, and I'm having fun on this bike because you can pretty much rip it, and you're really not going to get yourself in too much trouble, or any trouble at all, if you have experience under your belt. But that's why it's fun. Yeah, I could do that on the Triumph Speed Twin, but you know, it's a lot heavier, and you just don't get that visceral speed feel. I mean, you do, but it's two different dynamics. Two real different dynamics. Not saying that you can't have fun on the Speed Twin, because I was having fun on it, but this is just way more fun. I guess unless you're on one, or you've had experience on being on one, you kind of know what I mean. But for the kind of riding I do, this is perfect. It really is. I mean, it definitely makes sense having something like this, you know, when you're riding around town. And, you know, again, it comes down to what type of riding do you do? That really is the whole thing about riding. What is your style of riding? You know, obviously, if you like being, you know, on a dirt bike, and you do trails, and you race them and whatnot, you're not going to be on the street with it much, because you're just going to be transporting it mainly on your truck or whatever to go to the track and whatnot. And then, you know, in that scenario, you probably have like a bike for the street, and it just varies on the person. Like, you know, to each his own. Everybody has a preference of what makes them happy, really, right? And yeah, you know, like I'm happy with this. I'm not like, oh man, it's so underwhelming or anything like that. Like, you know, yeah, I could tell a big difference. And you know, at first it's not very fun when you're coming off of a 1200cc and you got all that power, and you can kind of feel like where it hits every single time, and you hop on something like this and you're like, well, dang, that hits different, right? But it all comes down to like what type of riding you like to do, and if you can accept the fact that being on a smaller bike is going to be, you're going to compromise, like, you know, certain things. But ultimately, what does it come down to for you? Like, what puts a smile on your face? This definitely put the smile on my face. I can give this bike the beans and it feels like I'm going fast. And at points you do go fast. At certain points you do go fast. You know, when you... This little Kawasaki, man, like, it's got some mid and top end power, man. I mean, it's not torquey. It's torquey, but not that torquey. It's not really torquey. But compared to other bikes, it's not torquey down low. But when you get up there, it does its thing. It really does. Which I'm kind of impressed about. Super light. I think it's like 270 something pounds, maybe. It could actually be hitting closer to 3. But really big difference in weight. Almost 100. Well, actually, let's say this, if we round this off to 300, if it's about 300 pounds. The Speed Twin was 470, I always get them confused, 76 pounds, I think, or 467 pounds, something like that. Definitely heavier, you know, so 160 pounds or so difference, and this thing just feels like a toy. You hear about like how, you know, things feel planted, you know, on heavier bikes, and you know, they do. This does not do a bad job of being stable, hence planted. So at least from my experience on it so far, I picked this bike up, it's been what, like 4 or 5 days now, so I've only got 187 miles on it. Still got just about 300 and some change, I'm sorry, 400 and some change, until its first service. First service is at 500, right? Or 6. Anyway, so, but yeah, so far so good. I'm having a good time on this bike. So they had the green color scheme, which I wanted to get, I wanted to pick up, and then they had this one, but they had just gotten in these KLXs, and when I reached out to them, they were like, yeah, we just got these in, and we only built the blue one, so the green one is still being constructed. So I could have waited a day, but like, I was like, you know what, I'm here, I think it was the day before, like, I actually had work, and I was like, if I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be today, because any other day I'm just gonna have to wait a little while longer. And they only had 2 KLXs. They probably, who knows if they would have been gone or not, whatever. I just went ahead and made an executive decision and picked this one up. I'm not mad at the color, I like it, but it really doesn't matter, because man, I've been researching it, you know, YouTube, and you can just get like a kit for it and change all the plastics up. These fenders just come, screw them right off, the back, everything. And you can get like a whole graphics kit and whatnot, and do wraps and stuff. Like, there's a bunch of stuff, so I'm not really mad at that. So to further explain my decision behind getting a Supermoto, that was one reason. The other reason was, well, one reason being is that, you know, I've been looking into Supermotos, and I just got interested in wanting to get one, blah blah blah. The other reason, oh dang, she is dancing it up in there. Other reason was that cost, right? So the cost is definitely cheaper across the board for financing. I mean, I'm financing. I didn't pay cash right up, you know, out the door for this. But it's definitely cheaper in my situation. Insurance, everything, right? And then the third reason is because ever since I started riding motorcycles, which was like back in 2019, you know, I knew I wasn't going to be able to own more than one bike at a time, given my situation at the time. So, you know, I've just kind of been going up each, I guess at this point, it's been almost every year that I've been changing up my bike. I think in one instance, it was only like half a year, or a little bit more than half a year. But I want to be able to keep this bike and just have this bike as a you know, as a second bike. I mean, obviously it's a first bike, in terms of like how many, I only have one bike, but my plan is to pick up what I really want to get, which I've expressed my interest in, and that is the MT-07. This thing picks up, man. I'm at 64. Not even supposed to be going this fast, dude. And so I wanted to get the Yamaha. You might be asking, well, why didn't you just get the Yamaha instead of this? Well, unfortunately, financially, it just wasn't working out for me at the time I got this bike. I basically didn't get approved for it, and I was looking to get it approved, you know. Otherwise, I would have been making a video on the MT-07 right now, but it just wasn't in the cards. But so once this is all paid off, it'll be mine, and I'll keep it unless unless I change my mind and want to sell it. But you know, it'll obviously be mine to own, and I can just keep it or sell it, whatever, and have a second bike. Most likely I want to keep it, because like it's kind of nice to have a lower CC bike in your stable, just to kind of rip through and have fun. Not that you can't with anything else, but you get the gist. So those are the reasons. As far as like the quality of the bike, pretty good, man. Like, these are the stock mirrors. Everything's stock on it right now. But these stock mirrors are not bad, man. These are not vibey at all. There's no vibration, man. Like, I'm going, well, I'm not going that fast, but even up at 65, if I get up to 65, I'm like decent. But now I haven't gone past 65 because, like, I'm still breaking in the bike, and I'm not trying to wring this thing's neck off. It's still a baby. It's a newborn. It's growing up fast, though. These darn kids grow up so fast these days. She's already at almost 200 miles on the clock. So the brakes are good, front and back. I mean, like, for this size engine, it's fine. This bike is bone stock in terms of it doesn't have anything. It's a cable clutch, no ABS, no electronics, just your typical, like, dash and mode buttons for trip A, trip B, and that's it. It doesn't have a gear indicator, so back to the old school counting in my head type shit, which is not bad. Kind of gives my brain some exercise. I need more of that. And what else? Oh, there's no fuel gauge on this either, so don't know how much fuel is in it until the fuel light comes on. But this is great on gas, man. I mean, like, I guess you get like 100 gallons out of the tank or something or other. Some have said 120, so depending on how you ride it, right? But this has been great. I'm satisfied, man. I'm happy. I gotta say, at first, when I rode off the lot and had like 2 miles on it, you know, brand new engine, it was luggy, man. Like, it just, when I went into second, when I was like changing from first gear to second, it was like, oh my word, what did I just do? I just made a mistake by buying this bike. But no, alas, it's gotten way better. You just need time. You just need to give it time. Let the computer, let the ECU, like, learn your revs and everything. And not only that, I mean, you know, it's just having to break in the engine. And it's been real peppy now. From first to second, it's very, like, short geared from first to second. But you know, once you go through the gears, man, I mean, and you put almost 200 miles on it like I have, like, it's already breaking in. It's good. Alright, so I lied. I'm going at least almost 70, which I shouldn't be going this fast on a break-in. But I haven't heard anybody complain about the bike being any different when breaking it in and not following the break-in period rule. Picks up, man. I mean, it's linear, that's for sure. It's not gonna throw you back, but you can keep up, man. You can keep up, definitely keep up. You can take this thing on the highway. This thing revs out at well, redline is at 10.5. And then, you know, this goes all the way up to 13, but it's zippy, man. This thing is sweet. It's a sweet bike. Now the cool thing about this is, obviously, if I don't want to be on the road, I can go on the grass and whatnot. I mean, given probably shouldn't be doing it too much on the stock tires, but I can take it to the track, man. I mean, not that I ever have been to a track, but I can take it to a trail, a sumo trail. I can take it to a regular, like, you know, backwoods, regular trail, whatever, grass. Just kind of like get on the sidewalk and whatnot. Why not? Couldn't really do that on the Triumph. I mean, you could. It's just not ideal. But with this, it's been made for that. Got a, you know, this is a single cylinder, it's a thumper. It's a cute little sound from the exhaust. You can cover up the exhaust hole with your pinky and or your thumb, whatever. But these sound pretty rad with slip-ons. You really kind of get the feel out of the exhaust when you put in a aftermarket slip-on this. I do want to like hook it up. I want to get some accessories and stuff. I already actually ordered the some MZS brake and clutch levers. So I should be getting that in a couple of days, few days. They're black with some red accents, so it goes nice with the bike, except for this part. This color doesn't really go, but and might get an exhaust. Need to get a tail tidy for sure. The stock tail light on this thing is just horrendous. This thing is just like shit. That is, I mean, it goes so low. The rear fender. It just goes so dang low. I'll show you in a little bit. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Aw, how cute is that? But I like the styling of this thing, man. It's pretty cool. Got like a blue backlit dash. Looks really cool. The light's not bad. The stock headlamp, but I'm gonna probably change that out too. Put her in neutral. Turn her off. We could take a look at the rear fender. So yeah, look where it comes down. It comes down all the way like below the top half of the tire there. I mean, that's just gotta go. Clean that up. It comes with a little like backpack here. I took that off. Comes with a toolbox. You can put some stuff in there, just like, you know, it's big enough for like cell phones, some little snacks or whatever. Had a strap. I took the strap off because I don't need it. And the light's pretty cool. I like it. I think these are 120 front tire and 130 in the back, I believe. I'm not sure. And stock turn signals. Here, let me see if I can. Let me turn on the lights for you. That's all right. It's okay. It's just not too shabby. That's the brights. Not too shabby. Turn signal. So handlebar, I've heard, like, I mean, I'm not doing any off-road stuff, but I've heard, like, if you're really ringing this thing, you might want to change those handlebars. I'm going to change it just for aesthetic purposes. I've been looking into researching some handlebars, probably some pro tapers or something like that. The exhaust, or maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, it's stock exhaust. That thing weighs like 6 or 8 pounds or something like that. So I might just, I'm not mad at changing it, but I might just want to get that sound in there just because, why not? I mean, this thing, if I'm keeping it, like, I might as well just mod it out a little bit. I've never really been able to mod out any of my other bikes except for the Triumph Street Triple R. And really, I didn't even do anything except get some Pug brake and clutch levers and did a tail tidy on it. I didn't do anything else, even though I wanted to. But definitely, I'm pretty sure that this bike is going to be the bike that I go crazy on with mods in due time, gradually. But brand new chain, man. Everything's brand new on this. Brand used because it's almost 200 miles. Not bad. Brakes are pretty big. Just one side disc. That's on the other side. And why are these so hard? It's not like they're gonna be used anyway. I was thinking maybe take them off, but probably doesn't serve any purpose. But that's it, man. The 2023 KLX300sm by Kawasaki. This is the first time I've ridden a Kawasaki ever. And oh, here's that. Here's the cable clutch right there. You know, it's not a bad experience. I mean, I know obviously this is at the lower end of the spectrum for. It's a different category bike, so whatever, it is what it is. But I gotta say, so far the engine is pretty rad. It's pretty good. What the heck is that? So on the Kawasaki KLX300, the non supermoto version, which is like the enduro, the dual. What the heck is this stuff? Sorry, I'm just gonna kind of getting squirreled. So So these rubber mounts, they look kind of weird, but they don't come on the dual sports, the 300, the non-SM version. They got the actual, like, you can kind of dig your feet in there to get some more grip. I'm not mad at those. I don't think I'm going to change them because I don't know how much off-roading I'm going to do. I don't really think I'm going to do much off-roading. My stuff's going to be more street, but I have taken it on the dirt so far, just for a tiny bit, and on the grass, and it's fun. Even with these wheels, it held up fine. But other than that, I mean, this thing is pretty ugly ass tail, man. Ugly ass tail light. But that's coming off too. I'm definitely going to get a fender eliminator, probably TST fender eliminated tail light kit. And gas tank is like two gallons, I think. So not bad, not bad. Having a blast with it so far. I'm able to rev the crap out of this and have fun with it, and you know, and not get in trouble by authorities or my lack of skill. If I happen to get myself into a situation where I cannot prevent or avoid using the current skills that I've gathered since 2019, you know, I really wouldn't be able to get in too much trouble with this. You know, but any bike, if you're just careless with any bike, anything motorized, you can get yourself in trouble. Just respect the machine, folks. The era is coming. Anyway, that's my little review. It's been a little minute since I've done anything. Maybe I'll do some more. I've just been hella busy. And yeah, I'll see you guys around. Till then, ride safe. Peace.